Let's talk about groups inside of Vega. Now you're going to have different group views depending on the context that you're in. When you're logged in as an attendee, you're going to see this white header right here, and you'll notice that the bottom navigation is slightly different. Then on the admin view, you're going to notice the dark header at the top, and you'll also notice that the bottom navigation is slightly different. Let's talk about the difference between public groups and private groups. With public groups, anyone can search and find these groups, anyone can join these groups, and anyone can see the events for these groups. An example of a public event would be that of a football game. Anyone can see the event, anyone can join the event, anyone can buy tickets to the event. For private events with private groups, those events are exclusive to just those group members that have joined those groups. And an example of those events would be football practice, where you don't want the entire public to know or see when those practices are. First, let's talk about groups in the attendee view. By tapping on groups, you can see that I could join several different groups. If I go to the Discover tab, I can join other schools. The reason being so is that we understand that parents have students at several different schools and not just one. After I tap on the group to join, I could join some of the recommended groups. We'll join the community. I could also sync to my calendar that's on my phone, and I can also opt into different types of notifications for this group. We'll join FBLA, football, and fine arts. This is helpful because I don't want to be bombarded with everything going on at the school, but I can opt in to only the groups that my students are involved with. Now I've joined 2 high school groups and their groups at their schools. With the power of groups as an attendee, I could go in and see announcements and events for those groups. If we look at the FBLA group at Skyridge High School, you'll see that there is chat, there's also events right there, and at the top right-hand corner, I tap on share, and I can share this group to anybody that I want to join. If I want to join other groups and organizations, I just tap on Discover, and I can see that there's 2 other high schools and an organization in here for me to join, and then I can join any of those public groups underneath. I want to show you an example of a private group. Coolidge High School has the JV football team, and you'll notice the lock icon in there, meaning that it's a private group. Only those that have joined this group can interact with this group and see the events and communication exclusively inside of a private group. Private groups work very similar to public groups. However, in private groups, you can enable two-way communication as a chat instead of just a one-way announcement. You could see private events and also conversations that only those invited to the group can see, unless if you are an administrator at the organization. And we'll talk about that here shortly. So that is a view of what the public would see in the attendee view using the app. Now let's jump to the admin view. If I press and hold on my profile, I can then switch to an admin. So let's go to Skyridge High School. Now my groups tab is very different from the one you previously saw with the attendee view. In this group view, I now have a plus sign in the top right-hand corner, and I have all of my groups at my organization I can manage. And since your group number can vary inside of Vega, and you could have a lot of groups in there, you can also search for your groups. I can type in FBLA, and there's my FBLA group. We're now inside of a group view for the group FBLA. It's very similar to the attendee view, but you'll see I have a gear icon to manage the group, as well as the admin icon to let you know that you are an admin for this group. If I edit, I can edit this group. I could change the name, change the description, also have this in the recommended group area of the attendee view, and also allow group chat. Inside of allowing group chat, I can allow admins to upload photos, allow members to upload photos, or allow members to see messages but not reply. An example of this is you want people to be able to see the communication but not respond, because we still want to build some sort of security barrier of contact between educators and guardians. For football, you'll see the upcoming events as well as the latest chats at the bottom of the screen. Safety and protection of our students and minors are imperative to communication on our platform, so no adult can ever have a private one-on-one conversation with a student. And all organizational admins on Vega at the organization can see any communication at any time, giving us that extra layer of transparency. Groups are important inside of Vega because when you create an event, it's attached to a group. If I tap the plus icon to create a new event, I can add a group to this event or several groups to the event. That way you could loop everybody in that's involved in the event, whether there's a singular group or multiple groups. Those are groups inside of Vega. If you want to learn more about how you can empower your community and your community's events, we'll have more videos in the resources. Thanks for watching.